Today's episode is made possible through the continuing support of my old friend Paul Kidwell and dozens of people just like you on Patreon. If you're interested in supporting the show, if you like what I do and want to help more people learn about robots and science, check out the links below in the description and see how you can get involved. Thank you.
Hi there guys, and welcome back to the shop for episode 42 on Project Archi. We get to hang out today and do the J2 limit switch signal wire. So you're gonna have these, your J2 limit switch feed from before, and this comes in down as part of the big giant bundle. The J2 limit switch is located right here in the thing, and we're gonna cut this back, trim it off a bit, and we're gonna connect it to, down inside you have the yellow Ethernet cable, and we did the J1, that was J1, right? That was J1. We did J1 to the orange with a white stripe. J2 goes to the other half of that pair, just to the orange. So we're gonna take our J2 feed here, and that's gonna go and connect up to there. So the first thing we gotta do is take our original label off because it's in the way. Now, depending on what brand of labels you use, you might be able to recycle the label. I use a super fancy, way cool Brady labeler. It is the greatest labeler ever. I love this thing. And I use the high-end labels, so I can't recycle mine. Mine are one and done. That's all right though, because I printed up a new one. So I'm gonna separate this out from the rat's nest, nice and clean all the way from the bottom. And I'm gonna run it up and under all the existing cruft because there's a lot of crap going on here. We can tuck that one totally in. That one's done. Yeah, you can get right out of there. All right. I try to keep it clean as I go, or at least clean-ish. Now we know we're gonna do this here, and we know in the next video we're gonna deal with the other two. So I'm not gonna lock those away or anything because I'm just gonna have to dig them out again anyway. So I'm gonna pull that right the way around. And that can come through there, and now we're a little bit ahead for the next one. But right now we're on the white wire to there. So I'm gonna cut them both down to a reasonable length. And then we strip this. Spin it. Cool. And we gotta strip this. We gonna get lucky today? Ha! I love those strippers. If you want to try these out, you can find them in my Amazon store. Links in the description as usual. All right, we're gonna need a little piece of heat shrink. I got a lot of blue. I'm gonna use a blue one because I got a lot of it. That's a good reason. We're gonna run that right up the thing. And then do a nice rat tail splice right here. Or at least maybe a rat tail splice that isn't too terribly ugly. It's really hard to splice a mixture of solid and stranded and make it look good. It's not easily done. Also, before we're done here, I want to put this label on there, so I got to remember to do that. So we're going to warm up our soldering iron, and we'll plug in our heat shrink gun, because we'll need that in a second. Okay. That's all nice and good. Heat shrink is ready. We're coming up to temperature. We're gonna flux this real quick. That's the step that I am absolutely most likely to forget, is to flux it. Okay, clean off our tip. That gets kind of grody just hanging out. Grab our solder, little drop of solder that we put on off to the side. Don't put solder on your thing directly over your work thing. Dab a little solder in there. Smoke isn't real, it's all special effects. Totally. It's my high dollar special effects thing. That's nice and straight. Run our heat shrink right over it. Okay. Shrink it. Why you bending? Straighten that out a little bit while it cools. And we got ourselves a completed joint. How about that? So that connects the J2 limit switch to everything, well, to its power. And while I've got the wires not terminated everywhere, just the one, I'm gonna pull that out. And I got lots of run on these. Pull that back, get a little retraction. And we're going to put this label right around all three, just as far up as I can reach. Because I need to be able to read it in the future, but I don't probably need to be able to touch it too much. But I will need to put terminals on the other two wires. So this is kind of an ugly label job, but it's on there and it ain't coming off anytime soon. So that's cool. And now I can look in and be like, oh, those are my J2 limit wires. And now having done that, I'm going to leave them right in there, actually. I'll run them under this one because that can tuck out of the way and this can tuck out of the way. I try to have as many small little things as possible down in here as I can to really drive the autofocus crazy on the camera. All right, cool. We're done. It's that easy. Thanks for hanging out for this step. If you're interested in supporting what I'm doing here and helping out with this, check out the links in the description, because not only is there an Amazon store where you can get bits and pieces and fun stuff, you can also find all the parts for this in my Amazon store. There's specifically a Project ARchi section in the Amazon store. There's a section for the tools I use and all that jazz, and all kinds of other fun stuff, some of which may scar you for life. I do a sex ed show on Saturday nights. And if you really want to be a part of helping out, check out the Patreon, where you will find all kinds of other videos that aren't on here, not just bloopers and stuff, but they're on there. You also get to find a whole bunch of really cool stories that I write. I'm actually an author, kind of. I'm good enough at it. Most people think I don't suck. You might like it. Lots of interesting stories of almost dying in paper mills and things like that, and a lot of really terrible things I did in my misspent youth. You'll get a kick out of it. However, for now, that's it. I'll see you guys for the next one. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.